Hi there, I'm Ross the music teacher, here today to talk all about diatonic triad arpeggios and how to play them on our bass. What does diatonic mean? Diatonic simply means of or from a scale. So we're going to pick a scale and we're going to be assigning triad arpeggios to every note of that scale. The scale we're going to use today is C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. We can assign a triad to each of those notes. Those triads will either be major triads, minor triads, or diminished triads. I've covered in previous videos how to play our major and minor triads in different shapes. The diminished triad will be a new topic that we cover today. Okay? So the first four notes of our scale, C, D, E, and F, we are going to put the roots of those notes all on the A string. So C will be the 3rd fret of A, D will be the 5th fret of the A string, E will be the 7th fret of the A string, and F will be the 8th fret of the A string. Okay? The order is going to go major on the 1, so the C chord will be major. The 2 chord, or the D, will be minor. The 3, or the E, will also be minor. And the 4 chord, which is F, will be major. The last 3 arpeggios will all be putting the root on the E string. So we have G, A, and B. Okay? The G is going to be a major arpeggio. The A will be a minor arpeggio. And the B, the 7 chord, is going to be our diminished arpeggio. So let's cover how to play that. The notes of this arpeggio are going to be B, D, and F, and of course we will add the octave of B. So we can play B on the 7th fret of our E string. We're going to be playing the D also on the E string. This will be the 10th fret. So we'll go from 7 to 10. We'll use our pointer for the B, pinky for the D. Now we're going to go to F, which is the 8th fret of our A string. So B, D, F, and then the octave will be the 9th fret of our D string. So altogether, we'll look and sound like this. B, D, F, B, B, F, D, B. Okay? So after we've played our diminished arpeggio, we want to resolve or end the pattern back on C. The way we're playing it today is it's going to lead us to the C that's on the 8th fret of our E string. So if I put all 7 of those together, that's going to sound like this. C major, up and down. D minor, up and down. E minor, up and down. F major, up and down. G major, up and down. A minor, up and down. B diminished, up and down. And resolve on the C that's next to the root of B. Okay? So if you've watched any of my videos, I always encourage anything you play up and down, also play down and up. So that doesn't necessarily mean C to B to A to G to F to E to D to C. What it means is we're going to play the arpeggios starting from the octave, descending to the root, and then ascending back to the octave. So that one look and sound like this. C major starting from the octave. D minor starting from the octave. E minor starting from the octave. F major starting from the octave. G major starting from the octave. A minor starting from the octave. B diminished starting from the octave. And this time we're going to end on the C that's next to the octave of B. Okay? So when you're doing this and you want to resolve on C, resolve on the C that's next to the B that you play when you're done. Right? If it's up and down, you'll resolve on the root of B, the root of C after B. Okay, if you go descending and ascending, you'll resolve on the C that's the octave. Okay, Now, the reason we want to practice these diatonic triad arpeggios is because that order of major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished is going to be consistent across all major keys. So if we move to the key of D major, the notes will have changed, but the diatonic triads will stay in the same order. We'll still go from a major to a minor, to another minor, to a major, to another major, to a minor, to a diminished, and end again on the major. So these are really, really worthwhile shapes and patterns for you to get comfortable with. They're also, you may have noticed, when I first introduced this scale, I played it all in one hand position, which is a great exercise. But when I started splitting it across the different triads, I end up using a lot more of my neck. I use a lot more of my instrument. So it's a really good way to become more comfortable with the entirety of the neck. What can happen as string players, this is true for guitar players and bass players, so we might get stuck in a box. Okay, I know my notes here. That's great. Well, what if I want to play this note somewhere else? Do I know that I can find it here? Do I want to play this note somewhere else? Do I know that I can find it here or here? That knowledge is going to make you a better musician, because as you're learning songs or writing your own riffs, you will have access to any note you need in any location. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and subscribe or leave me a message in the comments if you've got any questions. Thanks for your time.